Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is David Cannington. David Cannington is a seasoned international sales and marketing executive with experience across the consumer and technology sectors. David was the CMO for Sincere, where he developed his passion for commercializing audio technology devices. He has advised many startups on the go-to-market and growth strategies and was the founding CEO of ANZA Technology Network, a leading cross-Pacific technology entrepreneurs network. Nuheara's hearable devices have been highly rated by audiologists who have evaluated it and the technology used to assess users' hearing loss, and has received recognition from media outlets like Australia Financial Review, the BBC, and Time Best Inventions. Well, good afternoon, David. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely, Dave. This is exciting. And my guests hear this all the time, but I do several podcasts during the week, several during the day. But I love traveling the world virtually, and you're hailing out of the great country of Australia in the location of Perth, the city of Perth. So I appreciate you jumping on. I know there's a lot of time changes that we have to go through to get here, but I do appreciate it. And we're going to jump right into the questions. So David, you've got quite the career in marketing as a leader, chief marketing officer, and now the co-founder and CMO of Nuheara. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Yeah, look, I think that what's really driven me over the last 20 years of my life is, growth with impact and purpose. Nuheara is a company whose mission is to change people's lives by enabling them to hear better. And that gives me and my greater team an even greater reason to come to work every day, because we experience every day through customer interactions, reviews, etc., how we're making a big impact on their life. So, when you work for a company like Nuheara, and in my case, founding that company, you kind of almost don't want to look back. You feel privileged to be working for a company that is having that sort of impact on people's lives. And I think, in my next life, in my next gig, if there is such a thing, I will find a company that's really making impact with purpose. And that's what really drives me.
That's awesome. Thanks again for sharing, David. I do appreciate that. And Dave, let's talk about this pandemic. We briefly chatted about this before the podcast, but now that the pandemic is starting to lift, what are your plans for growth going forward? And will it be any different than the last 14 months?
Look, I think the pandemic has impacted us all of us, both on a personal and business level. We were fortunate when COVID hit that our company was in a position to continue to grow because we had a very robust direct-to-consumer business. So we could sell our products online, and we continued to do that during COVID. And fortunately for us, we deliver a solution where people can utilize our technology at home and do their own personalized hearing test and then customize their hearing via a device that essentially was delivered to their home. So we really prospered during COVID. You can just imagine what the tens of thousands of audiologists around the world had to struggle through during COVID with no one going out and into outlets like that. That's now starting to recover. We're seeing physical retail starting to recover. So we are excited about the fact that our channel business will probably start to rebound, but our direct-to-consumer business continues to grow even as the world is starting to open up. And I think it's because the trend towards do-it-yourself health management, direct-to-consumer business models, people being more aware of how they can manage their own health issues as it relates to hearing health is certainly driving our growth. And unfortunately, we operate in a massively growing industry, which is hearing loss, which is a shame. I have to say that, but it's a huge growth industry, and I think we're really positioned extremely well to be able to continue our growth through the end of the pandemic and into what we would consider to be normal life again.
Great. Yeah, totally understand with you. It's unfortunate that we have to, work in an industry or a place where, we've had to work with challenges, health challenges that people have. But the silver lining is that you all are coming out with a way to help those people. And that's just simply amazing. And I've been in healthcare a long time as well. So I do appreciate what you all are doing. David, let's talk about tech. This is a digital technology platform. Are you leveraging any new or emerging technologies within your business? And if not, maybe there's a cool tool or app you found useful and you could share with us today.
Yeah, look, we obviously in the tech business use multiple apps throughout the course of the day to run our businesses and to stay in contact with our customers. There are 3 platforms that I use religiously every day. I wake up and essentially look at my Google Analytics app first thing in the morning and multiple times throughout the course of the day to follow how our direct-to-consumer business is going and where we're finding success and where we're not, and what we should do to pivot or to pull back the levers or push the levers forward. So Google Analytics is a big part of my life. The other 2 apps that I use on a daily basis and are very, very much a part of my first things to do in the morning, essentially customer feedback apps. We use a platform called Akindo, which is a customer review platform, which we publish all the reviews that we get on our website. And it's a sort of multi-layered platform where we get demographics, we get self-prescribed hearing profiles, we get verbatims on how the experience has been for the consumer. So I'm getting daily, regular, in real time feedback on how our customers are responding to our product, which is fantastic, and we can respond to that accordingly. And then ultimately, as a consumer-driven company, our Net Promoter Score is critical to our business. So we use a platform called Ask Nicely, which gives us an NPS score and also an additional layer of feedback from our customers. So I would say that the 3 most important tools that I use in the course of my day are all related to how we're doing with our customers and what sort of feedback we're getting from their customers, so we can improve as we're going forward. Yeah, but in terms of the tool that I use to help the quality of my life, believe it or not, is our product. Nuheara IQ Buds Max. I use it in my everyday life. When I walk to work, I listen to my podcast on Max, and I use it at home. But the great thing about Max, which is completely unique, and we're using pretty innovative technology, is we essentially allow consumers to personalize their own hearing profile, assess and personalize their own hearing profile, and then calibrate our buds to their own personal hearing. So they're actually hearing better by using the technology we have in our buds. So look, that's a little bit of a self-plug, but the bottom line is, I use it in my daily life, and it's certainly improving the quality of my life.
Thank you, David. I appreciate that. And those are, again, for our audience, those are some great tools that many of us use throughout the day and through our business. But without these tools, we really couldn't be successful. So I appreciate your sharing what you use in your daily life for business, and that helps contribute to your success. So thank you. And David, last question. Our audience wants to know a little bit more about David Cannington. Could you share something from your career experience that might be helpful for those looking to grow their career in marketing or entrepreneurship?
Yeah, well, I've got a kind of interesting personal story. I left Australia when I was 21, and I've basically lived in 3 different countries and 6 different cities since then. I've been fortunate enough to combine my adventurous spirit with a career that's spanned 3 different continents, and I think the advice that I would give to anyone is to never let an opportunity go by, and that every opportunity that comes in front of you, there's going to be multiple new doors that open as you embrace that opportunity. So, I think my mantra is just go out and grab life. And, if you open a door, there'll be a lot more doors that will open behind it. And I think as a basic career philosophy, that's a good one.
That's awesome. And hopefully that'll help somebody here in our audience today, is to kind of flush that fear and anxiety and just step out and make that move. So I appreciate that. And David, it was a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Great. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your invitation.
Bye for now.